So this is going to be a little different than other times that I showed this game off, um, because I was doing this with live commentary with a co-com on Discord, and then only after the fact did I realize that my microphone quality was absolute and total ass. Um, so as you watch me handle the um various situations of uh launching this game for the first time, once I get through um the beta, some of the beta, clinks and clanks, um I'm doing post commentary. I might have already said that. As this is So there might be some points where I pause for a while or something. Also, I did have to edit this slightly, um, in order to handle the fact that game I had to input my username and password, and my password was one of those auto-generated ones because I don't need to type it in that often. So in the original recording, my password is visible on screen.
光年之外，宇宙之中，有一片星海，
I decided to go
散落着无数星球。
audio just because
当星海连接，当种子萌芽，当
style
你种出一颗星球，
I liked
一段属于
necessarily
你的
love
生活奇遇
one
即
English
将
voice
开
acting
启。
clip I heard.
星海精灵奥默默正去往每一个世界，
So
迎接
I
你，
decided to go
期待
Chinese.
你的回
Later
来。
on, we're gonna see that I ended up turning the speech volume down a lot. I'll probably have it higher next time around, but definitely not like critical to me.
一起出发，前方即将抵
But
达
it is,
洛米
I
星
think,
云
the
星球
length
登
of
记
this
处，
one. I'll probably stick with
期待
it.
与你相见。
We'll see, obviously. But
比库，接应！嗨，你好，我是洛米星连的莎莎尼，
so
一路辛苦啦，要不要先整理一下？
I mentioned this. It's weird that there are two pink bunnies, and right now we were checking out. Hey, what are the dark skin tones? Because my co-cob did know about that controversy, and I don't know. Neither of us would be correct to. We are not those skin tones, so we can't assess that. If you've seen my vlogs, which you likely haven't, you will have seen, oh, yeah, no, really white. So oftentimes I end up going with like a vibe that's a little different than what I actually look like IRL, but in this case I think I decided to go a little bit closer just because I'm gonna be, streaming it. Well, not streaming it, gonna be recording it and such. Futzing around with different options. And I was like, green's good.
好像已经飞远了。没关系，相信很快还会见面的。刺激，我也想在星海里飞一圈的说。接下来，请跟我来，洛米星联的星球登记处就在前面。
Was a little goofed up. So you think I set the game to render at 1080p, and that was my intent for recording with?
茶叶粒起，看来好运要来了。
Evidently. And that the fact that this video is in 4K, I didn't see that.
我把人接来啦。
Next time, though. Next time things will be better.
众星人，欢迎你远道而来，这里是洛米星联星球登记处。我是公。接下来一段时间，我们会协助你在星球安家生活。啊，看你的反应，似乎还不清楚状况。莫急莫急，容我介绍一下种出一颗星球活动。
Mo gives off the thing of more rather than being a pun on his name and no, which makes it sound like he's saying you need to rush. I remember this. I remember it being this likely is better.
在星海之中，有许多无人的星球，选择属于用生活浇灌，星球就会不断生。你能在自己的星球上发现万千生态，购买心仪物品，布置精美装饰，建造特色建筑。
Why it paused on this so long? Something must have distracted me. Possibly it was just volume shenanigans. Or maybe
还可以外出旅行，结识来自不同地方的友邻，邀请他们。也许听着有点难理解。洛米星联为此准备了介绍，这是为你准备的专用手机。短片结束后
get a trailer for the game in the game itself. So name, I was glad that I could transfer it because due to the recording setup, I didn't have Discord open on the computer that I was recording this on. So I ended up not being able to copy over my name. That if you're in the tester server, you'll know what it is. You'll see what it is. But ultimately, I should just insert Vic here. I don't know. I kind of always like the name Victor. So when I'm not going by Ramaji on an online platform, I'll probably do some variant of Victor. Yeah, okay, I definitely think I'm gonna need to actually edit this, because I was sitting there for like 12, maybe not 12 minutes, but like a few minutes.
信息已录入，连接成功。很高兴。接下来，请选择一个星球，万千星球风。
So, yeah. Had a little bit of a discussion here about Traffith versus Hexia. Hexia is kind of obviously, you know, a little bit more of a default with, you know, your Animal Crossings and your such. Jaffa is definitely a more unique setting. I think it feels a little bit more inspired by Africa. But it's also interesting that it says your planet's starting galaxy. Like you can
看来你喜欢温暖的平原。
which seems
如果在此生活，听着涓
but it is
涓水
correct that I
流，
like temperate
悠闲地
climate
泡
more
一
than
壶
hot,
茶。
so this was appropriate.
真是不好意思，在下仿佛都闻到了美好生活的气息。哦吼，接下来，
全部打包完毕，速度
I
出发！
wonder if I maybe people can have an ask for an episode.
那么
different
正式邀请你和我们一起开始这趟旅程。
course.
莫
I
急，
also do plan to upload this
穿越星海，出发！
with commentary version to Billy. Haven't touched that one in even longer than I haven't touched my YouTube. After basically
小心
canceling
热
my
闹！
vlog and
这
then
附近的
also
星球风沙飞
canceling
扬，气势十
uploading
足。
my backlog.
还有烈焰燃烧的火山。
And epilepsy one.
似乎来到了海风浪花的星球。
I do not know why you put the camera on.
怎
That
么
feels a
泡
little
茶
low.
后？
哇，鱼！
Also,
刚才有鱼飞过了车顶。
do wonder how
一湖雪山的星球，冰
the
丝丝的，
heck
都动我耳
temperatures
朵。
going around. I
加
guess
速
this
加速！
is Mario Galaxy,
不同的星球
where
各
all
有
the
各的
planets
事
just
儿。
have air around them. Don't worry about
以
your
后有机会
existence.
再来星海，慢慢探索。
You know, in shit place. I mean, I
现
guess
在
that's why it's
把
called
脑
the
袋
Star
从窗户外
System,
收回
not
来，我们要到
outer
啦！
space, because those are different. That was a weird sudden cut. Gotta be real.
谢谢莫大。啊，是新伙伴，我是格连，欢迎大家。
I know this one is a character
位于
in this
河
game.
下的
I
星
don't
球
know，who
这
lives
个
in
季
this
节
this
果
game.
然天高气爽，非常舒适。从今天开始，我艾莎莎尼和格连会陪你一起。你在种星球的过程中，或许会遇到各种情况，莫担心，我们洛米星联的大家会提供各种。接下来，我们可以先在营。
非常抱歉，我还没整理好营地，然后可以的话，请再等一。
莫慌，我也需要点时间，在营地准备一个可以种星球的地方。刚
This is
才我
actually-
闻了闻，
I've watched some stuff about this game before.
附近
getting to
有
play it.
水果，或许可以用来
This
煮
was
茶
not。necessarily
不
one
如
of
趁着
them.
阳
I
光
think
正
there
好
was a people
我们一起
who
喝
put
杯
a
茶。
lot more time on
树上有
the
水果
features.
交给我，交给
I
我，
haven't even
整
unlocked
容
yet.
卷风。我是说完美彩旗。
Also, 2 for 2 in Hoyoverse bunnies being pink and having violent tendencies.
请稍作休息，随意和大家聊聊。等营地做好准备，一起喝杯茶，慢慢了解如何种星球。
Trying out buttons. Looking at, and this is where I turn the audio down, which is gonna momentarily. Yeah. So it turns out that my preferred editing software, which I've realized is 10 years old, doesn't love this, so I'm having to learn DaVinci Resolve.
心是莫担心，虽然这是一个全新的环境，
Because I'm not buying a new cut version of Magix because, you know, it's very, like, my god. And, you know, because I'm not making a Hollywood film, I can use DaVinci Resolve for free, but also, god, I need to learn. They just think about it differently. Magix Vegas is apparently just such an odd software. I mean, Sony didn't stop wanting to care about it quite a while ago. So when you open up the thing, it's like, hey, which editing software are you used to? And it's not even in the list. And I'm like, that's unfortunate. But yeah, this little squirrel thing. Squirrel thing looks very squirrely. And here is where I figure out where the report app button is. Don't pay too much attention to all of the tabs about about Microsoft documentation. Don't worry about it. And this is where I double check that you can, in fact, change your name, which is good, because that would kind of be a pain otherwise, because I already told everyone what my name is going to be. It means you may actually see people with me in later parts. Not in this one, though. One, because I haven't posted that I'm looking for friends. And two, well, two, I haven't unlocked it yet, so. Oh yeah, I already did that once. Okay, yeah, that's annoying that I could miss a click and it's like, oh, that means you don't want the menu opened, right? The indirect key being F is awkward. I'd really like it if it was like Q. I know E is being used for something else, but yeah, E is being used for the backpack. I might personally move the backpack further away, or maybe under QSD. Also, this is, I really hope controller support's good, and also that there's a way to get the game to be playable on a little bit less than 16 gigs of RAM, because apparently the mobile version is, and that would help it run on my Xbox Ally. I mean, it's irrelevant because, you know, no controller support. Also, I don't think I should be able to get inside of Mobi that easy. I'm not making a joke there. I just think that should be a little harder to clip inside of a character. And no other implications of that. Alright, it's time for a Honkai potentially over-animated food scene. I feel like this dude may have done this slightly too much. Also, not quite sure how it like landed like that. Those cups filled instantly. What the hell? Didn't notice that at the time. not sure if that was positive or negative. Or super duper wild. Apparently, plum tea can be good.
谢谢大家喜欢在下的茶。接下来，
我们的星球，我想我们的星球商品贸易更富。
大家都有不少期许。如你所见，你的
Is that what you're in here for?
想
Just
要这颗星球
I need another trade outpost.
需要你在这里种下一颗种子。这颗种子，或许就是你对星球的期待。所以，你想种出一颗什么样的
Kinda wish there was slightly more options here. I mean, 3's good, but like... I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff I want to make happen. Some of it is because I'm in a beta test, which obviously I'll bring up as things go along. Nah, guys, I'm leaving. I want to learn how to nurture it. Oh, I don't know how to swim. Okay, fine. Fine, bye-bye.
我们现在开始种星球，还是想和大家继续品茶聊天。
fuck cups.
星球长大需要它。请收下这颗路卡种子，我们就用它种星球。路卡即是万物的活力。
I'm pretty sure that's how that's
和
said.
星球连接之后，源源不断的路卡也滋养着星球不断生
This is a pretty random cutscene.
长出各种各样的
And then that's not... the quality's like close enough that I'm not sure I would necessarily say.
请将路卡种子种下吧。
Alright. Let's slam this seed into the ground. Slam it with force. That was a little forceful, but I wouldn't necessarily say that was with
种下
force.
去好像没什么变化，
新的味道，
那是新的鲜花和草。
可喜可贺。路卡种子或许可以试着去采集些鲜花和。
So, I guess this is kind of a good point to discuss my relationship to this sort of pseudo-genre of cozy. The last Animal Crossing I played was City Folk back a long time ago. There's some parts of it I didn't necessarily vibe with. There's also some parts that couldn't really experience because of the lack of knowing people to play with online.
如果说星球是一棵树，那么路卡种子种下后会滋养星球生长。这个糯米星莲特制的瓶子
There's that.
会自动收集星球生长过程
But
中
yeah,
产生的
Luca.
路卡，
I guess
用于浇
I
灌
guess
刚
it
种下的
is
路卡种子。
collecting just sort of
看起来，在你采集花草时，
plant energy.
这瓶路卡已经快收满了。
I was thinking, did Mobai just have a few bottles of Luca just waiting for people who are completing the tutorial? Because, like, this is in-universe a tutorial, 100%. Yes, and one of my favorite awkward text boxes in the whole game, the fact this is labeled submit. It really seems like it should be water or, like, place or something. No, it's submit. Submit the Luca.
河流里有声音，那黑影是什么？
And then I've done stuff with Tomodachi Life, 3DS, and Switch. Obviously, I don't speak Japanese, so I have not engaged with DS, but... Oh yeah, right. Okay, this... Yes, as someone chronic namer, I definitely agree with that one. So, there's a lot of possible name suggestions. I was thinking about something potentially in Esperanto. I think we do end up going with Squishy here, but this is also gonna be something I experiment with off stream, because turns out there's some... This shows up on a physical sign. So I'm interested in situations like potential character support. What happens if I try to slam Zalgo into it? And I am being forced government mandated photograph. Well, corporate mandated photograph. Oh yeah, and then there's this little bug here where I click X, and I hit escape, and it tells me to capture a photo first, even though I already have? That's... I don't know if that's a bug report worthy thing, but like, I am gonna point out bugs when they happen. You may or may not go through and like say, hey, it's at this part of this YouTube video, which, I mean, I know you guys don't get YouTube in China, but there is clearly an international branch. Because I also know you don't get Discord in China. So, and there's a Discord server. So I'm pretty sure that you guys have someone on the outside. Yes, I'm getting apps for my phone. Which I didn't even realize the first time I played that the phone was given to me. Certain creatures. Yeah, so you can see back there a little bit that the planet Squishy's sign is on a sign, and you can immediately tell why I'm like, okay, what happens if you do Zalgo or, you know, traditional Chinese characters? I'm pretty sure simplified would work fine, given where this is from. Oh yeah, and fishing. So I don't do a whole lot of fishing games. There's definitely been worse. I think it is relatively Animal Crossing inspired, but I do appreciate that you can like really aim rather than just be like, I don't know, walk the right spot and angle correctly. It's also not really one that where you have... Oh yeah, I accidentally clicked early. I'm guessing the tutorial one prevents you from accidentally early rolling up. While this is going, I'm gonna double check something. This will become apparent later. Okay. So sea bream and sea bass are different. And sea bass is the one that shows up too often in Animal Crossing. Also, the like, actually being able to see a 3D shadow. Yeah, that's why I was talking about it. Because, I remember in the moment being like, is this... But, yeah, Tomodachi Life is definitely different as a life sim sort of game because it is so indirect. Obviously, I do find it interesting, but yeah, and that's me realizing, okay, I can early retrieve. There's also the Speed Pass fishing game, which puts a lot more effort onto reeling, but it's also like relatively stressful because if you reel too hard or too loose, you could break your line or not catch the fish. So I think I can understand why they're making reeling just super automatic. Just, hey, make sure you're paying attention. And I'm guessing the mosquito fish eats mosquito larvae? I don't think this thing's jumping out of the air to eat a full-grown mosquito. But in any case, very glad. Oh yeah, and you can multi-select. Always good when a game knows when you should be able to multi-select. Because, apparently fish in tea can be good. I've never heard of it being good, but apparently Kokon was like heard of it. And this is the moment when I realized that I need to test so many different things about what can go in that text box. I'm sure the people reading the bug reports would love me. And yeah, I suspect Luke after this is gonna be real time or like much larger quests. I do appreciate Halmer Zhao over there is doing things while I'm on the screen. Perhaps with more things that make a great tasting cup of tea. Yeah, I mean, like, life forms. Just, you know. And we're back from the jump cut. Because that was a little too long. Gonna be real with you.
路卡树苗又长大了，听，是虫鸣。
Yeah, my Kokon has done a little bit more on that. Played Stardew Valley. Also is a very large fan of the Stardew Valley fishing minigame. And also Pokopia lately. They're not super much. So this, I feel like this tutorial is missing a very key thing I learned about, like, bug catching relatively soon into it. One, you need to be relatively on the dot. Even though all those swings look like they should have hit, only the one where I was aimed at it. So it's kind of like a bug net rifle, or like a punch in a source game. You learn, so yeah, that little icon showing up means that you're in range. I'm a little surprised about this beetle being able to fight back against frogs. This is definitely not the most out there comment. So it seems like what you're supposed to do is over. But then I noticed the icon. And the icon makes me realize a different way of doing it. It doesn't work the first time, but it works the second. I don't know how the heck a mantis stops cars with its arm, especially cars that can go into space. This is probably one of the ones where you actually should sneak up on it. Crimson-tipped butterfly. Not crimson-tipped butterfly. Yeah, I'm like, this is the only way to catch it. Just get it out of the air. And I don't know why it was focusing on that one first rather than the closer one. And then after all those weird things, it's just, yeah, no, this bug, I mean, I guess a bug playing dead is weird. And yep, we're putting them in the same thing. Though I guess this may have some kind of shrinking field. Because that butterfly is a lot smaller than the one I was catching. But I guess it's like kind of a micro model of the film. Please ignore the alarm. It's not related to me. Still weird that this is submit. Also, I feel like it grows weird. It's like growing more and more trunk before even trying to grow leaves. We both were like, you can't possibly catch a star in an insect net. But you can. I mean, if they come that close.
虽然我还不了解你想种出一颗什么样的星球，但现在最重要是住下，让你住下。你在这里生活才是星球。但现在星球还小，不好动土建房。为了你可以先住下，我们为你准备了一个临时住所。
I wonder what this one's a reference to.
哦，原来你以前生活的星球有房贷。哦，不知道你以前经历了什么。
As much as like there's a lot of good shit Dominic does, it's still easy to be like, okay, you're placing me in a house with no job that I have to pay for. Like, I mean, that was sort of the thing, because it was just sort of like, yeah, Alt shows the cursor. Also, you don't auto-terraform the planet to make it so that your house fits. Apparently, similar to what happens in Pokopia, but Tomodachi Life just like plops down additional land. But I decided to move a bush out of the way. No idea why he shouted. Congrats on your new place. Yeah, I don't have a car. Also, where's my parking space? Definitely nothing weird inside. I don't know why he says this. This feels very strange. Also, I guess they just had it in the construction kit, because no, I would have seen if someone came to by to deliver my mail. Yeah. I'll check. Yeah. Okay, and this is where you scroll to select. Check. We'll take a look. Activate your membership. We get a tree hat. Then futz around and like, okay, this is the enter button. Bro should have ducked.
真是不好意思，这临时住所或许还有些小。
And looks about Animal Crossing default house sized. Though maybe it's not. Also, Mobile, you're like significantly larger than me, so I don't think you were correct about how cramped things are. I also think that probably should have looked like it was tossed in the air a little bit rather than one of us using telekinesis. But yeah, I think I was describing this in the trash recording. Duck. Ah, he didn't listen. Place. I was trying to place it against the wall, but evidently, I mean, I don't, but I fix it, and by fix it I mean make the drawers physically accessible. I don't know why that one has a pause about. Congratulations, drawers. You can pull out your fishing rod and doors. .5 by 2.5. Huh. Didn't quite realize it, but, you know, it takes up. I usually try to put the stool on top of the bed. It's kind of obvious that wouldn't have happened. Oh yeah, there is half grid lines. Neat. So I possibly could have pushed the bed a little bit further back. Oh yeah, this is weird. Like, I'm gonna be real with you. The fact I can walk out here and not leave is strange. And also the sudden disappearing wall. Like, I don't know, this isn't necessarily a bug, but that is definitely an area that needs a little more polish. Submit the Luca. Submit the Luca. Yeah, we were like cross-comparing this, I think this is one generation up, although cousin can be a little bit thing. And then, of course, there's friend, which could be younger. Also, I feel like this is the Spaceballs reference. With the, what does that make us? Make us absolutely nothing. Man, I sure hope this character is hard to find. Isn't too hard to find. Where should... Oh. She's right there. What the fuck can you taste? That cutscene ending is a little abrupt. Oh yeah, and here we go. Here's the Hoyoverse special. Ruby text. Yeah, let's head back the 25 feet to camp. I think it would be very funny if they... Also, I probably should not have been able to push that massive dog so easily. No, I think you know how best how to answer. Esther. He's got his stable job that he loves. Oh no! That star just went right through me, eh? What are they, made out of neutrinos? That seems a little weird that a star could go through you during a cutscene. No, I have not actually learned how to take care of a whole planet. I have only really learned how to take care of this, like, 40-meter square, if that. Yeah, we don't even have bridges or swimming. Need at least one of those. Also, I'm like, Mobi, where do you think vegetables come from if they're not wild? Also, at this point, it was starting to get real late. Because starting time was like 8 for me, 9 for my co-com. I'm starting to get to 9 and 10, and that might not sound the super latest, but it was late. It's late when I need to try to go to sleep at 10 so I can sleep. Also, hello Hoyoverse level up screen. It just feels super funny to see this in what is decidedly not an action game, action RPG, turn-based RPG. Oh yeah, you can read this story. There's quite a bit of it. Hopefully you're getting this on the 24th. I want to try to keep these, you know, quick, because there's only so much editing I think is really appropriate for Let's Play, especially one that's of a game that is so new, that isn't even out yet. But I'm gonna try to post at least somewhat regularly because, I mean, I'm not currently employed, so, oh boy, I remember this. So I had a confusion here, so I'm like, okay, there's 3 things I got. Where are the other ones? And I don't know if they wanted to make it easy to see where the things are. Oh yeah, that looks a little familiar. They might want to be like, hey, it's down from here. Then I'm like, oh, that's where the stool is. I'm currently at that level. Is there anything else I looked at? Ah yes, here's the photo I was forced to take. And that'll be it for this episode. Join us next time when we probably unlock online multiplayer. And also I try to figure out how to exit game. An exit game.